Everyone, thank you for joining me on this Science and Perspective GIS tutorial. Again, we are using Google Earth Pro, which is freely available online. And we've already went through how to navigate the map, to pan, to zoom in and out, and even to tilt and tip your view. Today, what we are going to be doing is using the pin tool to place different place marks on our map so that we can identify locations, which of course is the very basic use of any GIS application. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to find some locations that we can identify from the satellite images. We have a golf course here. We have some roundabouts. So these are some roundabouts going around the Baha Mar property. We have some different buildings here, and let's go and identify some of these roundabouts. So let's take the pin tool and we're going to add place mark. Once you click that add place mark, your place mark will show up at the last place that you clicked on your map, or it will show up in the center of your map. So if we take this, we can change the name here, or we can hold on to it with our left mouse button, and we can drag this place mark around. So let's just move this window out of the way so that we can drag our place mark to the roundabout, and we'll put it right in the center of that roundabout. And you can see the latitude here and the longitude here will change as we move this around. You can change your place mark icon by clicking on this image, and you can choose the type of place mark that you want. I want it to say R, as those are my roundabouts. Usually my roundabouts will have some greenery on it. So let me change that color to green. I think that's a nice green. Okay, so my roundabout says R and it's green. And I'll know that my roundabouts are green. This first roundabout that I'm marking, I will name it Roundabout 1. And the reason I named it Roundabout 1 and I spelt it like that, it's all one word, is going to be important in a bit. So let's hit OK. So now we have Roundabout 1 is showing up on our map, and it has the label on it, and the icon says Roundabout 1. Now let's make another pin. And the second pin that you place will have the default, that same style as the last one that you did. So now let's move our place mark over, and we're going to name this one Round A Bout. So it's spelt differently, and I even spelt it incorrectly, so that's not going to work. All right, so now we have the location for Round A Bout and the location for Roundabout 1. Let's put the 2 on that. Okay, so now we will add Roundabout 3. And we'll change this one so that it says roundabout as we did the first one. I'm going to put a 3 there. We will hit OK. And since we already hit enter, it's fixed there. So we can't actually grab that. But if you select over here where it says roundabout 3, you can right click that and go to properties. And you hit properties, it becomes selectable and editable again. So you can take it and move it down to the location that you want. So now we have it there. You can change your style and color. We're not going to go too in-depth in that today, but you can change the style and color for the label. So right now our label is white, our color is green. You can change the scale. So if you want it bigger or smaller, you can do that. And your opacity. So if you want it to be more see-through, if you don't want it to obscure something that you're labeling, you can do that as well. So let's hit OK. Now we have 3 items here. And the reason we label them is because we want to make a map. So if we go up here, and we click on this icon here, we start to make our map. Now, the legend tells us that that R symbol means roundabout. And even though they are spelled different, it shows them all as single symbols. And we can refresh from view. Now, if we zoom in, let's just zoom to this one that's spelled differently. Let's refresh from view. So now it says roundabout 2 because that's the only one there. Now, if we zoom in to show just these two, which have different spellings, refresh from view. Now it says feature 1 because those two don't really match. So here you can edit this and say these are roundabouts. And close that and it will update. So if you want to make sure that that stays appropriate and people using your maps have a better time, you want to make sure that you have some standards for your labeling. Let's name this our roundabout map. And let's just say these are cool roundabouts. Excellent. Now when you save that image, you can save it where you'd like, and you can save it inside your GIS folder. I'm not going to save that right now. Okay. And you can just press X to get out of there. So now you know how to make a point inside your map and also how to create your map regarding that.